Assalamu alaikum. Today was Friday, so I wanted to give you guys a summary of what the Imam talked about during the khutbah. So he gave us basically 3 points. The first point was what we should avoid while we're fasting or in Ramadan in general. And then the second is what we should be doing in Ramadan. And the third is about taqwa. So he said the first point was about what we should avoid while we're fasting, and that is to get into altercations, arguments, fighting with people. And if we do that, we should say, hey, I'm fasting, I don't want a part of this peace, basically. And then the second point, he talked about what we should be doing in Ramadan, and he read this ayah, شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن. This is the month of Ramadan in which the Quran was sent down. So this month we should be reading the Quran, and he said there's basically two ways that you could read the Quran. The first is reading the letters, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, like reading the letters. But then the second way is understanding what the letters are. So in the ayah it says شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن هدى للناس, a guidance for people. So something can be a guidance for people if you don't even understand what it's saying. He also gave us a hadith that talked about the end of times, that there will be a lot of people who can read the Quran, but there will be very little who can actually understand it. So we should try our best to understand the Quran and implement it into our lives. That's how it becomes a guidance. And the final point, he talked about taqwa. And taqwa is being conscious of God, being conscious of Allah. And what Ramadan is for actually is to increase our taqwa. When you fast, then you know not to eat because you know that Allah can see you, and you're trying to avoid stuff that will break your fast. And the same thing, even outside of Ramadan, we should be conscious of Allah about doing sins and about doing whatever that's not beneficial for us. So hopefully you guys benefited from those 3 things, which was what to avoid, fighting, what to do, reading the Quran and actually understanding what it says, and number 3, being conscious of Allah. Wassalamu alaikum.